Hello and welcome to Victoria 2. Today on the How to Play series, we'll be talking about production, which is this little tab here. And I'll just recap what we went over in the first first episode, sorry. We went over the overview. These are our main 5 exported goods and the numbers in which we export them. Produce goods, and you can see the numbers there. And this is kind of important because you can see right now we have a lot of grain, so making a factory that uses grain would probably be the most beneficial because we don't have to import many things. And we can save money that way and make a larger profit. And if this is green, it means we are expanding or upgrading basically a factory. This means if it's red, there are bankrupt factories which haven't been destroyed yet, but are basically closed down, and we can open them back up depending on our political government. And this means there are unemployed craftsmen. So you can see right now, every craftsman in Normandy, 100% of people there are unemployed. So let's fix that problem. So if you go to here, this is our factories list. Now basically, I can't build a factory. And the reason for this is in politics, there is a particular group or decision that is your industry decision of whether you can build as a government factories. And right now, it's set to basically a liberal idea called, I believe, laissez-faire, which means we can't touch the industry at all. See, we can't even invest in projects that are going on. It's all based on kind of the people and capitalists and people who invest in these. But I can talk you through basically how you would do it. So you can see these here, these are your regions, and like I said before in the first video, if we go to region mode, regions are more than one state, regions are a couple of states, as you can see here. If we go to France, see, that is the region of Limousin, I think, and you can see that that's 3 provinces. So when we build a factory, we don't build it in, say, Paris, we build it in Ile-de-France, which is where Paris is, but it's also around here. So that can be kind of confusing if you want to build it in a certain place and you can't find it. That's why. You need to look at the little top part here, which is the region. Anyway, so Ile-de-France, like I said, that's where Paris is. And currently we have a luxury furniture factory. This is level 1, and expanding a factory costs a lot of money, and all it basically does is increases the total number of people you can have working there. So you can see currently we've got 5,500 employees out of 10,000, so we don't need to upgrade. Now, if you were in a political government where you could interfere with production, there are a couple of things you can do here. One, you can set this to 1, 2, or 3. 3 means you will try and hire the most amount of people to this factory rather than any other. So if you need a factory that needs a few more people or is quite low on people, you can do it that way. And that's, as we said, it to expand it. Now, these are the things it needs to create this product here. So to create luxury furniture, it needs furniture, which currently we have 0.96 of, and it needs 0.96 per day. So we'll probably be importing that from another country, which will cost us money. And it needs tropical wood. And this is red right now, because we only have 0.17 and we need 3.62. So we don't have enough right now to make luxury furniture. And if I just speed it up and play it for a couple of days, you can see it started to make less and less money to the point where now we're making less. We're in deficit essentially. We're not making any money. We're losing money on this factory, and that's because we don't have enough tropical wood. So like I said before, just a quick overview of this. To expand what we're making, what we need to make it. If it's red, we haven't got it. This is the amount of money it's making. You can see we're in the red right now. Now, subsidise essentially means that if it loses money, as a government, we will fund it whatever it's losing. So right now, if we were subsidising it, we would be losing £3.914, I have it set to, per day to keep this factory running and, not shut down. And there are reasons to do this and reasons not to do this. A reason to do this is, if you have quite a bit of money left over, you're making quite a little profit, and you want to increase your industry, keeping a factory alive will increase your industry, because normally it would shut down and that's a point of your industry gone. Your industry is based on how many factories are working. So you can subsidise it and keep it up and running. It'll cost you money sometimes, but it can improve this score here. And you can see here right now that these 3 factories are making more than enough to subsidize it. So if we were in a political government where I could do that, I would probably do that because it can keep it alive. And that's kind of it for the main little square box here. Now this is self-explanatory, the number of factories in this region. You can have 8, we have 3. Number of clerks, clerks are, clerks, craftsmen. The percentage of capitalists in this state. Now capitalists will fund projects. They will start and fund projects. So here we have in Ile-de-France a project to build a railroad. And this is going to cost £652.6. And see, it's not filled in right now, so there isn't enough money there. Again, if we were a government that could do this, we could invest our own money into it, which we've got more than enough to build this railroad. And these are the sort of goods it needs to complete it. And then when you fund money into this, it will then automatically buy these goods. But because of the way economy works, one of these may go up heavily in price as we're buying it, so then we may need to put more money into it. So even if we invest 652.6, that might not be enough to fund all of this, so you have to keep a watch on that. And then investors, self-explanatory as well, they will invest bits of money one at a time into this project until it is fulfilled. And the more capitalists you have, the more they will invest, which means you have to worry about your industry less, and it will kind of just sustain itself. If a factory gets bankrupt, capitalists will open it back up. If there's a new factory that needs building, they will build it. If there's a railroad that we don't have, they'll build it. And this can make a nice little list of things of here that basically your country needs, and then you can invest in what you want. So right now we need a railroad there because 3 of our main factories are there and there isn't one. And railroads improve just basically the output of it and the money it makes. So that's basically all you need to know about industry right now and production. This is basically what we make in production on factories and things like that. You can see here, you don't really need to worry about this if you don't worry about trade, so you can leave it here. And foreign investment, which again depends on your government type. Right now we're liberal, so we can't do this. But we can invest in, say, I don't know, Belgium. And investing in Belgium will boost their industry up, boost their economy. Say if one of our friends has just been in a war and they've just been demolished, they've lost tons of money, we can then start funding their industry again. And this will bring them back up to a point that where they can sustain themselves and help us in wars and things like that. So that's what that can do. So it can help boost the country up if it's down. But you also want to be careful because if you, invest too much in a foreign country, it can get kind of more powerful than you. So you need to watch out for that. But I believe that is everything about production. Now, if I just quickly change my political government, I'll go into this when we go to politics. But you can see now that I can expand this factory, and it's going to cost me 15,000. So if I click here, you can see that 15,000 has just disappeared from there, and it's now expanding. This will take 730 days. That's just a message. I'll go into that later. Foreign investment, you can see these are all the countries. These is who they are sphered by, which if you don't get, I'll go into it in politics again. But you can watch my first video for a brief understanding of that. Back to production. And that basically concludes our video on production. So if you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And there'll be an annotation on the screen right now to go back to the main page, which is just a list of all the different videos. And if you don't click that at the end of this video, you'll be redirected to the next video in the series, which will be about budget. So pick your choose. That wasn't a real sentence. Choose what you want. If you want to go to a different section entirely, go back and then pick one. If you want to go straight onto budget, then stay here. At the end of the video, you'll be redirected. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the rest of the series.